Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Earth's Ascension this morning with Carl Franklin. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, Dana, and good morning, everyone. It's good to have the opportunity to be with you again. This morning we're going to be talking about you and about God and about establishing a very, very deep, meaningful relationship with the Creator. And it's been an uphill battle for many of us because we've been raised, at least in the United States, in a Christian country that has been stuck for a couple of thousand years in a certain level of consciousness. And from our perspective, it's third dimensional when we're moving into the fifth dimension. And it's very difficult for religions to change. They resist change, all right? So let me start off by talking about us, because we're a half of this relationship with the Creator. We've been taught that we're sinners, but that's third dimensional. From a fifth dimensional perspective, who we are and who we are becoming, we're divine. We are literally divine. And the fifth dimensional description of what it means to be divine in one word is love. The third dimensional word to describe who we are is sinners. Quite a difference. Quite a change in perspective from sinner to love. The third dimension is based on law. The fifth dimension's foundation is love. And in the fifth dimension, the one word that describes the Creator is love. Nothing you can ever do that will separate you from God's love. So we're going through quite a transformation in terms of this relationship. Historically, God has been in heaven and worshiped while we are here on earth, separate. And we're taught to pray, and pray is a monologue, a one-way mode of communication. In the fifth dimension, we're being taught to meditate. Now, in meditation, what happens here is you are working out of your subconscious mind and your conscious mind together. The conscious mind is aware of what the subconscious mind is getting and doing. Whereas in the prayer, it's only out of the conscious mind. The subconscious is not involved at all. And to develop or communicate effectively with the Creator, we need to use the subconscious mind, which is 85 to 88% of our mind. Without it, we're only working out of 15, 16, 17% of our mind. Okay? So in the fifth dimension, we're working out of 100%, or at least up to 100%. And we have the ability to dialogue with not only the Creator, but with the many tens of thousands of different types of creatures that make up our universe in the heavenly realm, the space realm, and the spirit realm. So much more is available to us through the subconscious mind than just through that little conscious mind of ours. And the fifth dimensional religion, it's based on the totality of the universe, not just this third dimension and the creator. Okay? So this is the transition that we're going through. And when we complete it, and we're all light workers are in the process of making this transition now. As we complete this process, God will become a 24-hour living reality to us, not only within us, but we will sense the divine essence upon which all of creation is based. Everything in the creation is based on a foundation of divine conscious energy. And as a human being, according to the story of creation in Genesis, humans were endowed with more of this divine conscious energy than any other creature on the earth. And in fact, channelings coming from the Pleiadians say that we humans here on planet Earth, though we're not as evolved as the Pleiadians, and the Pleiadians is a star system, and they helped seed life here, and they've overlighted and worked with us since our inception on the planet. The Pleiadians tell us that we have more divine conscious energy and thus more divine potential within us than they have. Our potential is to grow beyond the Pleiadians in our relationship and in our Godhood. So that's what we've begun on this journey, becoming one with the indwelling Creator. And as we grow in it, communication with our soul, which is the presence of God within us, this is the divine conscious energy as it dwells within us, within our physical body, our mental body, and our emotional body. As we deepen that communication, and as our awareness of this energy, which pervades the entire universe, as our awareness expands, we're going to be ever more present, are aware of the presence of this divine energy, not only in ourselves, in other people, but also into nature. And as we as a human species become a space-fearing, the space-traveling people, it's going to be even more evident, I believe, when we go out into higher dimensions of creation. So what a fantastically exciting time we're living in. This is one of the most significant and beautiful times that have ever existed on the planet. There is more change taking place in less time than has ever occurred in the history of our planet. And that's, they say, roughly 4.5 billion years. So, and we are here as light workers to facilitate this change, to help create it. And in the process of helping to create it, we are being changed. We are moving from a lower level of consciousness through a fourth dimensional, which is a period of transition. And in doing life script readings for people, I find that the average light worker that I've worked with, they're spending about 40-some% of their awake time in the fifth dimension. And they're only spending, it may be as low as 9% or 12%, 15% in the third dimension. The rest is in the fourth dimension, which is, as I said, the dimension of transition, which says that light workers are changing at an unprecedented rate. So it's important for you in going through this transition to be of open heart, open mind, to meditate, to communicate not only as you wake up in the morning and as you go to sleep at night, but during the course of the day, just for a short, a matter of seconds or a minute or two, in a quiet time, focus on your breath and feel the divine conscious energy in the air that you are inhaling. And as you're exhaling, you can thank that breath for bringing that energy into you. And now you've added your divine energy to it, and let it go out and help transform the entire planet. You and I and other light workers are the most powerful presence of divine consciousness on planet Earth at this time. And for us to become one with that divine conscious energy, to be consciously aware of it, and to know that we're living in it, and to know that we have the ability to express it through us, thus grounding it into the planet on which we live, sending it out through our breath into the air, and sensing this presence in the trees and the grasses and the flowers, and the rain and the thunder and the lightning. It's all divine. The only thing that exists is built on a divine conscious energy of the Creator. I've shared this with you before. This is what I've been given. And please, all that I'm saying, it's only going to resonate with you if we're functioning at somewhat near the same level of consciousness. So what I'm sharing is the truth that I have. And if it resonates with you, please accept it as your truth. If it does not resonate with you, please at this time do not accept this as your truth. Okay? But file it away as this is what I may yet grow into. Okay? And if it feels utterly false to you, reject it. The concept of God is a very personal thing. And our relationship with God is a very personal thing. And we each need to follow our own path, which is perhaps the best way for us to complete this merger in this lifetime. And our goal here is to become as much one with the Creator as we can. And the more this merger is completed, the greater our power, the greater our wisdom, and the greater the influence that we can have on assisting the earth and all of humanity to raise into this higher level of being. This whole idea that we are divine, for some may be new. For those who have been raised in the Christian church, yes, it is probably new, unless you have moved beyond being a sinner who is lost and needs to be saved. Well, let me qualify that. For those who still see God as separate from themselves, who have not recognized and acknowledged the divinity within themselves, yes, they are lost from experiencing this high fifth dimensional level of consciousness and becoming more fully united with the indwelling divinity. Our job as light workers is to help these people. And many of these people who have evolved here on planet Earth, they came up through what is called evolution. These people, we came here in part for them, to help them reach the level of consciousness that we're now striving to fully attain ourselves. And we can help those who are one or two steps behind us. Those that are, half a dozen steps behind us, they're not ready for us. But those that we can reach out and help, please do. And as you do that, you are helping the ascension of humanity, and you are helping the ascension of the entire planet. And as you sense and you return and ground divine conscious energy into the earth, you're helping the earth to raise its consciousness. And as you embody these higher energies coming in from the Pleiades, from Sirius, from other places, higher dimensional places in space, and that are coming in from the central sun of our galaxy. And these energies are normally coming through our sun, which is acting as a transformer, transforming it down to a level that we can handle with our physical bodies. As we embody these higher energies, that assists us in raising our frequency and becoming more godlike in our thinking and our demeanor and our actions. So please be open. Keep your chakras wide open. A daily exercise or a part of your meditation can be opening your chakras every day and tuning them to the highest frequency they can be tuned to while remaining in beautiful harmony with each other. And as you do this sufficiently and for a long enough period, the frequency will raise and additional chakras will begin to open. The chakras that are not in our physical body, but are above our crown chakra. And as these as these additional higher frequency chakras open, we can then embody and receive higher frequency energies into us that raise us even higher in consciousness.
So, Carl, I have a question for you, if I may.
Yes.
For those that are listening to your podcast and are thinking to themselves, well, I don't feel divine, and my past history as a human being is way less than divine at times. What do you suggest for people in learning to accept those parts of the life journey that are less than divine, or maybe it's all divine? And one of the teachings that you've shared for many, many years now is the teaching that you can't be love in the world if you don't begin by first loving yourself. Would you talk about that for just a moment?
Thank you. That's an excellent point. The essence of the fifth dimension is love. And from a fifth dimensional perspective, the essence of the Creator is love. And the only love that you can share is the love that you have within yourself. You can't give what you don't have. The starting point is to accept yourself as you are and recognize that, yes, you're not perfect. If you weren't perfect, there would be no need for you to be here in terms of your own personal growth. We have all growth to achieve, and I think we can all grow in loving ourselves more than we do now. And if you have had a rough life and you have not had people in your life who have had the capacity to love because they do not have love to give, be aware of their limitations and do not accept their limitations. To go within And by going within, far and away, the effective way to do that is with meditation. And we all go through the alpha state, which is the state we're in, where we're working out of conscious and subconscious together, twice a day as we're falling asleep and as we're waking up. So in that state, now the church has taught us to pray, and they were right in that, but I'm going to tell you, meditate in that state and ask for what it is you want. If you want something, they're not going to give it to you unless you ask. That's an absolute requirement. Okay, ask for what you want. If you want your heart to be open so that it can receive more love, and know that through meditation you can receive love, and usually it's love of an even higher level than you would receive from most humans. Okay? So go into meditation as you're falling asleep and as you're waking up. And if you have a habit of meditating during the day, every time you meditate, consciously open wide your heart and open wide your mind. And ask your spirit family, ask your spirit guides, ask the Creator to give to you all that you can handle that is for your highest good. And feel this energy move into you, maybe slowly and gently at first, but in time it'll come in as a torrent, as a big rush. And there's a transition that takes place in how you're feeling physically, how you're feeling emotionally, how you're feeling mentally. And it's a process. It doesn't happen all at once. I shouldn't say that. On rare occasions it does. But for most of us, it's a gradual process. So yes, open yourself up wide, be in a meditative state, and ask for what it is you might want. And again, open wide all of your chakras so that they too can embody and accept and become this higher frequency of love. And as you build it within yourself, you will not be able to contain it. It will come out through your words, through your emotions, through your actions, and it will feel beautiful. And the thing that will really be impacted is your self-worth. If you have little love, it's hard to have a high self-worth, feeling that you are a good, worthwhile person. But self-love is the foundation for building a higher, positive self-image. Okay, Dana, does that cover that, or do you want to add more here?
No, I think that's a really great conversation to have, Carl, because we can get lost in our humanity and our human experience, and that sometimes will swallow up any sort of thought that maybe there's a divine spark within us. And again, depending on the household we grew up in or the religious way that we were raised, because as you said, a lot of people were taught that God is a vengeful, always with an eyeball on us to make sure that we're walking the straight and narrow, ready to strike at any time. And that is a very third dimensional way of thinking and understanding Creator. And what I love about the conversation you're having this morning as well is that in many cultures, pagan cultures or indigenous cultures around the world, the connection to the stars and beings from the stars is something that's readily talked about. But what I was struck with is how mystical, you're talking about mystical Christianity today, in talking about our relationship to the unseen, including the stars and dimensions that maybe we've not ever been exposed to in our upbringing. But for many of us who are of the mystical traditions, it's a very at-home conversation. I appreciate that you understand that for some, this is kind of a stretch.
stretch for me, and I'm going to guess it's a stretch for you at times, too.
It certainly is.
Yes, and it's a stretch for all of us. And we're all starting from our own current level of consciousness, okay? And when people like Dana and I come along with, I'm going to call it what may sound like weird, way out concepts, recognize that we're coming from our current level of consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay? And there are an infinite number of levels of consciousness. We each are in our own. And accept, what feels right to you, and if you can't accept it, again, file it away as a future possibility for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And religion likes to think that it's dealing with the ultimate truth. But it's not, nor am I. The ultimate truth, I'm sure it exists somewhere, but I'm nowhere near to it. What we can only deal with is our perception of truth, and that is dependent upon our current level of consciousness, okay? And as we grow in consciousness, what is true for us will change. I'll guarantee that. That is simply the way as it is. And accept what you're ready at your current level, and then in your meditation, in your thoughts, in your prayers, ask for more. Ask for higher concepts. Ask for concepts that will help you raise your level of thinking, of acting, of speaking, of being. All right? And know that I don't care how evolved you are, on what dimension you are, there are always levels higher than you.
Uh-huh.
All right? And the ultimate is the Creator, Him, herself. And that is what we are growing towards. And all right, Dana, can I get really way out here?
I love it when you get really way out. It makes me think.
The creator of our universe, and incidentally, the name of our universe is Nebadon. Nebadon was created by a creator son of God. And our universe is, I'm quoting the Urantia book now, our universe is one of 300 and roughly 83,000 universes that make up the third creation. 383,000 universes. And each creator son has the freedom to create the universe as they choose. And our creator son, and his name is Christ Michael, created a universe based on wanting to experience and learn everything that it was possible to experience and learn in this third creation. Our creator son is a very open, very curious, very growth-oriented. Though he was created by Father God and Son God, he's created out of the energy and consciousness of Father God and Son God. Okay? And that is where the ultimate truth exists, in the first creation. All right? So, anyway, he has created duality in this universe. Because how do you learn about darkness unless you experience it?
Mm-hmm.
And he has now made a decision. And Christ Michael has said, all right, I've learned all that I feel I want to know about darkness, or anyway, maybe all that there is to know. And he is now toning back. 80% of the darkness is to cease to exist and be converted to light. And the earth is playing a significant role in that transition of the entire universe. And we are here to help transition the earth out of darkness into light. And as we do that, it's going to create an energy pattern in the universe that other third-dimensional planets can use as they begin and work on their transition. And that's how this 80% of dark energy is going to be transmuted. And we as light workers are here to help that happen. And so far as I know, the Earth, and this is based on, again, channeled information, the Earth is the first planet that is trying a new way of doing that. And that's what we're here experiencing, and that's what we are here as a part of. Wow. So what we're doing here isn't just transforming an Earth, but it's assisting the entire universe that has, 10, 15, 20 billion galaxies in it, each galaxy with several billion suns. Whoa, baby. It's beyond our mental capacity to even begin to comprehend.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, so, your being here is important, and it's exciting, and the potential you have here to bring about change in an entire universe, mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm. And hopeful.
And extraordinarily hopeful. If we can help get rid of 80% of the dark energy in the universe, oh my goodness, can you imagine what heaven on earth is going to be like? And to help us create that or bring that into being on all of these other planets that are going to go through the same kind of a transition.
Mm-hmm. Spectacular.
So,
thank you, Carl.
Pardon?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We have what, a couple minutes left?
And well, you're actually running on overtime, but if there's something that you'd like to add, please do.
No, I would just like to say, I'm so glad that you're a part of this. And I'm so glad that you're willing to do what you can do to assist in this absolutely magnificent process that we're involved in. And know that you are loved and will have all of the help you ever need and ask for. And never, ever are you alone. So please accept now my love, and I'm sure Dana's love, and Ortrun's love, who's under the weather and not a part of us today. But we bless you, and we love you, and we honor you, and we thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
You're welcome. See you next month.